These are three things that every independent artist needs. No matter what level you are, if you want to get started, you're going to need these three things. And if you also want to be consistent, you need these three things. Let's talk about it. Yo, what's up? This is 1228 The Great. First things first, I want to thank you for all your love and support. And I want to thank you for watching this video. I really appreciate it. Today, we're going to talk about three things that every independent artist needs. You have to have these things. To be an independent artist, you have to think of it the same way as you think of any other trade, right? So for example, if you're a barber, you need certain things to be a barber, like clippers, you need scissors, you need brushes, you need the white thing to wrap around people's necks when you cut their hair. If you drive for a living, you're gonna need things like a vehicle. You're gonna need driver's license. You're gonna need car insurance. You're gonna need those tools to be able to do the trade. So it's the same thing as an independent artist. So the first tool that you need is you have to have your creative tools. You have to have a way to create your music. I would recommend to have a home studio, so that way you don't have to spend a lot of money paying per hour or paying per session for studio time, because that can get really expensive. What I would recommend is to get the home equipment yourself and be able to learn how to record yourself from home. And that way you can make music as much as you want. So I'm not going to get into the technicalities. You have to use your own discretion. You have to figure out what fits your budget. I'm not going to go into which equipment is better than the next. Like that we can talk about that in a different video. But to start, I would recommend to get you an affordable microphone, get you an affordable laptop or desktop, get you an affordable audio interface, and an affordable pair of headphones. So you use your budget and the level of artist that you are at your own discretion. So depending on what kind of music you make, that is the basic way to start. So if you are like a drum player, something like that, that may be more complicated. But if you like a singer, a rapper, a vocalist, or you play the guitar, audio interface, laptop, headphones, and you're on your way. So the second tool that you're gonna need is a way for people to actually hear your music. You need a way to distribute your music. So in the time that we in, we have music that mostly gets consumed online. We don't necessarily print out CDs and vinyls and tapes like that. A lot of music is digital. So you can actually put your music online on different websites like SoundCloud, YouTube, things like that. Now, I'm not going to get into which websites are better than the next. That's another video. But have a way to distribute your music so people can hear it. There are a ton of websites that you can utilize to put your music on streaming services like Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, things like that, Pandora, all that good stuff. Once you have a way to distribute your music and people can hear it, you can actually be at the same level as the bigger artists like the Drakes and Rihannas. You can have your music literally at the same level on the same platforms from your home. The third thing that you're gonna need, and I think this is actually the most important thing, is you're gonna actually need a plan. I think this is where a lot of independent artists or up and coming artists or aspiring artists, this is where they get this all wrong. They think that, oh, I have my studio, I have my social media, I have my online platforms that my music is on, but I don't have a plan to when I'm gonna release, when I'm gonna put out content and things like that. This has to be strategic. You can't do this thing randomly. You can't just put out music without any plan, without any thought behind it, because a lot of times you're not going to be able to get results from that. So the best thing to do is follow the same way that a lot of the bigger artists do. They have plans to release music. They have when they're going to put a single out. They have when they're going to announce the music video. They have all of these things are planned out. So as an independent artist, don't make your art random. Make it calculated. Make it as simple as you want. Find yourself a calendar. Pick a random day. Pick your birthday. Pick your mom's birthday. Pick your girlfriend, your boyfriend's birthday. And decide, like, I'm going to put out a song this day. And then decide, okay, I want to put out an album this year. When do I want to put it out? Do I want to put it in the summertime? Do I want to put it out in the wintertime? You decide. And then you work backwards from there. So you give yourself an amount of time to actually work on the actual content. And I do think that it does make it more of a sense of urgency to have dates and deadlines versus if it's just open-ended. So like for me, I'll use myself as an example. I am the worst without a plan. Like if you just leave me in the studio to just make music, I'm gonna be making music forever and I'm not gonna put anything out. But the moment that I have it calculated in my head, I want to put a song out on this date, my mind just naturally just shifts to actually doing the steps to reaching that date. So yeah, you're not going to be perfect. Sometimes things get delayed, but it's always good to have a plan and a map to where you're trying to go. That'll be the same as just getting in a car and just driving without any destination. You may get somewhere, you may run out of gas, you may meet somebody, but if you know I'm going to the store and I know where the store is at and I have an estimated time or how long it'll take me to get to the store, you may have a better experience with going in that direction. So those are the 3 things that every independent artist needs to start and to be consistent. You have to have your creative tool to make your music. You have to have a way for people to hear your music, which is your distribution tool. And then you need a plan so you can know when you're going to put your content out. So I would love to know what you think about these 3 things and 3 tools that you need. And I want to know, have you used these 3 tools? And also, what are some things that may be missing to this list? Let's talk about it in the comments. Until next time, this is 1228 The Great, Still Standing Enterprises. Spread love.